И мы пришли обратно к этой дуре. Ох, я не знаю, кем я хочу быть, когда вырасту. Камрелия сосет, анархи сосут, все сосут. Независимый сам по себе, трудно будет. Good evening, Marshall. How is your task going? Have you something for me, perhaps? I did what you asked. The meeting is set up. Excellent. Experience any problems? Dog doesn't trust you. He has a list of conditions if you want to meet him. I would assume that's the case. Well, let's hear it. What did Tog agree to? Those are all fair enough. Although I do worry about Mia's character. Tell me, do you think she's trustworthy? Well, Tog trusts her, so we can too, I think. Very well. As for the place, I wonder if they would agree to meeting at Hudson Yards. There were plenty of tourists visit that place, but if we go there after midnight... Yes, bring them there tomorrow night. Look for me near the top level. Do you think Dog and Mia will agree to meeting in the city? It's Camarilla territory. Won't they be too cautious about to come here? Did he ask me to pick the spot, did they? It's a public and it's open. They should love it. Them at midnight, then drive back to Midtown. That's the plan. I'll be waiting as long as it takes, within reasons. I'm counting on you, Marshall. The final puzzle piece is about to find its way to its destination. After that, we'll all get our just rewards. You, me, the Camarilla, even the Onyx. I could kiss you. Не надо. Знаете, ваши вампирские поцелуйчики, после них не просыпаешься. A figure of speech, darling. Or at least is it tonight. But a few nights from now, who knows? I'm growing fond with you. And success in my appetite for this for these kinds of things. Так, не надо меня трахать. Фу. Just rest on this night, well, Marshall, and rest. We are but a day's sleep away from shaking the city awake. Тогда я договорю со своим новым товарищем, наверное. They're here, the Inquisition, they found us. Raoul, he drew them away, saved my ass. They're still out there, we need to go. We need to help him. You're bleeding out as you are in no shape to mount a rescue. Screw you. I'm going. I'm going, you wanna stop me? Might as well kill me now. Let's fucking do this. Hold up. There. There is no time. It's a tie. Stick to the shadows. Take them one at a time. 2-1. Скотина. Она меня киллы пиздит, алло. Okay, how do we do this? You're going fast and fierce, no messing around. Take them as quickly as you can. Sounds good. Понимаю. Эх, грустно. It's my fault. I put us in their sights. If it wasn't for me, he'd still... Fuck! It was his choice as well. He wasn't a child. He knew what could happen. Let's get out of here. Let's split up. Less attention. Hunters, spotters on the rooftops. I'm not going anywhere. You need to get your we need to get you patched up. I know a guy. We'll be fine. You need a rest? Object is breaking containment, please advise. Operation compromised, engaging blank bodies. Well, I'll be damned, the shifty fucker delivered the goods. Tell me, I didn't just cut the driver up for nothing. We gotta scram and fast, follow us. Ей, меня вытащили. Lay low. Nice job, kid. They seem to be moving on. Come on, before these side fucks change their mind. Can you tell me what's going on? Right here, both of you, to make or fill them in. I'll go scout ahead. They signed you 2 days ago. They raided your haven, staked you while you slept, and took off with you. When you learned this last night from Kaiser of all kindred. Kaiser organized this whole effort? Why would he do that? You know, I don't know the dude. From what I heard, he's no good Samaritan, though. Hey, Lynn was here, come on, time to blow this giant. Hey, fledgling, miss me? Actually, yeah, I kind of did. Oh, that's so sweet. I hate to break into you, but I didn't take a sudden liking to you. I'm here in business. Brand, know a thing or two about that, wouldn't you, detective? You're here now, and because I told you the body's there, neck and deep shit, that when you're there in, a one-way ticket to Hurdville, Pennsylvania. I broke you out as a favor, now you owe me big. How the hell do you know this side broke into my head and took me away? Is that peace spoop attempt is at an insult, fledgling? I've kept my eyes on you since the little job you did for me in No Leader. You know, in case I needed you for something else, I had to know your comings and goings. I have a good idea of why a side hit you, Marshal. Not that are good tons of good reasons for it. It might be one of these, for instance. Can't exactly keep the low profile, fledgling. I get it. You're new to this, you didn't know better, yada yada yada. The fact is the site has tons of this stuff. Security camera footage, YouTube videos posted on by lookers, social media posts from victims, you name it. Like I said though, I don't think any of this did you in. Slip-ups happen. Not to you though, right? I always wondered how is you can drive a bouncy luxury slinger around New York City and don't get caught. What's your secret? Body doubles? Decoy cars? You do know what killed the cat, don't you, Mr. Finch? Well, do you? Stop shedding the upholstery answer. Or should I use the given name too? Yeah, I know why the cat croaked. You would, wouldn't you? As much as I enjoy tempering your overinflated ego, we are nearing our destination, so I think I move on. The reason I need you walking and talking, Marshal, is to test a hypothesis of mine. For that, I need you to finish what we're tasked to do. So first things first. Here. Who is this? It's me, Sophie. Marshall? Are you okay? Бля, странно слышать от нее, что она переживает за мою сраку. Честно. Ей в основном так поебать. They're fine and dandy. Kaiser, what are you doing on this line? What do you think? It's my phone your protege is using, so keep it snappy. Operating secure network ain't cheap. Come on, Marshall, spit it out. Listen, I got captured by the Second Inquisition, but I'm fine now. SI? That's what I feared. Listen, the plan, we need to do it tonight. But if the Inquisition is involved and you broke out, they're looking for you, so we can't meet in public. I have a place in mind, but Kaiser, are you still listening? What I'd tell you if I wasn't. Marshall, call this number from where you visited before last we spoke. I'll come pick you up. And that's that. I'll tell you, kid, this entire conversation has my curiosity alright. Yeah, feels like I missed the part where you were involved in some conspiracy. Ah, damn Mars, the angel are here, and every other kindred in this goddamn city and everywhere else as far as I know. We'll talk more after the mutual acquaintances continue their nights. If my intel is worth a damn, your next stop, Marshall, is right about here. Well, you need me to kick you out? What about the Angel and Tamika? What about them? Yeah, staying right there they are, and they are going to have a little chat. After we're done, I'm sure they'll find their way back to their heavens just fine. The clock is ticking, and I think you know that Sophie wants to do it tonight. And if I'm right, tonight is the last chance you've got. If you wanna say bye to your buddies before you go, that's fine by me, but that schedule of yours pretty hectic, so you better do it now and scrap. Yes? I'm here, what's the plan? We're on our way, not if I talk if he's not there. We need to talk as soon as possible and move quickly. No one's on his way right now, can you get anything while you're waiting? No, thanks. Marty, how's the night going? Quiet, sir. Just, how you like it, huh? Well, Marshall, I believe you wanted me here for a reason. Let's hear it. Well, isn't that what we agreed on, Marshall? Care to explain? Things got complicated. We had to improvise. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance. I believe Marshall already told you why I'm here. Not in any detail, and the circumstances of meeting were supposed to be different, so, Miss Langley, tell me why I shouldn't ask you to leave and keep your protege while I'm at it. You will like that, what I have to say. Yeah, I've heard that line 100 times, but 99 of those ended up with somebody getting hurt. And that's not something I'm in the mood for tonight. We are wasting time. There's a unique opportunity we should take advantage of. And we only have an hour, so discuss it before it will be time to act. My driver is waiting outside. Wait a goddamn minute, first of all, I'm not going anywhere without Mia. That was the deal. Second, it's Marshall who is supposed to do the driving, not the servant. Well, served me, so really isn't a little different. The circumstances changed and we had to adapt. Don't be stubborn, foolish does not suits you. I have a secure spot in mind where we can talk. I'll stop you right there. My conditions were clear. With the way I hear it, you want to break each one of them. I see no reason why to agree on all this. I believe we're staying put tonight. You have places to be, yes? Talk. You're throwing away the only chance you have in challenging Callian. Don't be a fool. Call me a fool one more time, woman, and that's the only one. It's not the only thing I'm going to be throwing. You're both acting like children. You need to put your difference aside and see the other's point of view. What the fuck do you think you are? There's the only child here, Marshall. You're the patron, Langley. The rest doesn't tell us. Is you implying you're insolent? И тут зашла инквизиция. Oh, you still there? Yeah. Would you kindly show your guests some hospitality? Sure thing.
Непонятные боссы, куча инквизиции, что-то мне это все больше и больше напоминает.
Чувство, что Вайт немного... Прошел был эту игру, хоть говорил, что не играл. Практически. What the fuck? Beat me to it. Mainly? Admitting still an item? Yes. I'll take it. Splendid. Drink up, Marty. It'll make you feel better. Get the hell out of here and wait for Mia. She's coming and she'll know what to do. Talk? Yeah, coming. Take the back door, Marshall. Come on. Fancy. You like it? I always feel too modern for my tastes, but that's important that it's secure. As long as nobody follows your car here, or the fledgling. Trouble follows this one wherever they go. Even it's the case, we have very little time to conduct our businesses here anyway, and we'll be leaving soon, I hope. So, let's begin. I have it on good authority that Boss Callion is the blood-bound to Prince Barnard. Blood-bond. Но, секундочку. Если... Ох, бля... Это меняет дело. Но почему бы Каллиард был... Бля... That's an accusation and half that, Langley. Got proof? No, but that's just a boat right away from getting it. That... What is that supposed to mean? Marshal, the others are produced from the car that was the meeting spot of the Barnards and the Baron's regular sharing of blood. Of the bodily fluids, if the rumors are true. Wait, Kaiser knew about this? If there's anything that insufferable clump of the dead skin doesn't know in the city, he knows things, but only shares them if you pay. Now the Prince or no Callion touched him, he is too useful. Kaiser said something about having plans for me and he wanted me to make this meeting happen. That can be good, right? That is an interesting point. I think Kaiser might be as interested up in shaking on the status quo as we are. A chaotic landscape makes for a great market for him, unlike a static one. I don't like playing into that creep's hand, but at least we know that I'm doing it. The devil, you know, and all of that. What was the address he gave you? Admittedly on Ellis Island, in fact their next scheduled, блять. Meeting starts in just around half an hour. Oh damn, I'm guessing you want to crash that meeting. Why? So you can see the proof for yourself, and that I can make sure too. And so that I have an extra pair of eyes for Balin to consider that I present to him my ultimatum. The prince must abandon her seat and leave New York City. Huh. She can go whatever she pleases, but if she stays, the entire court will know, and the next prince might not look favorably on her past. Dealing with the Onyx, especially so closely, is punishable offense to Camarilla, as I'm sure you've heard. So I did. What exactly I'm trying to accomplish here? Say you remove Barnard, and I even remove Callion, then what? So, do you ever wonder why Camarilla is keeping you in check? Because I wondered why the prince condemns Onyx during her visits into Elysium, but doesn't allow them Ivory Tower to challenge you. She or they have engineered that status quo not for good of their secrets, but for primitive gain. They keep us in line because it lets them hold on the power that much longer. Your goal is what? Make this Cold War turn hot? Not a great plan. You chemists will get your butts kicked out of New York City in no time. If you Onyx manage to organize, which I doubt you will at any rate, it's a risk that I'm willing to take. I don't stand alone in this. This entire operation has been years in the making. Talk, I'm offering you a chance to square things with Callian and level up the playing field. If we get rid of those two, we can start on equal footing and the next stage of the dance Макабре. Танец какой-то, не знаю, не разбираюсь в танцах. Sophie, why I'm here, I understand you need me to get this meeting out, but why I am listening to all of this? It's procreation, in a way. It's a shame this Mia you told me about it didn't make it in time to listen to this too. I still can call her, but it's probably been an hour before she gets here. We can't wait that long. You will have to suffice, Marshal. I am risking the princess or even Callian's wrath. While I don't think they would dare to lay a finger on me, another set of eyes to watch over the meeting can't hurt. And I did promise her I would explain everything in time, didn't I? You know, after all these years spent in Callian's shadows and taking part in all this dick measuring contests, I should expect a ruse. Some plot to kill me or out of the way place. That's our inherent paranoia talking. My gut tells me it's time to get this show started. I do hope you have a board nearby, Langley. Of course I do. It's waiting for us by the pier. Lead the way then. Moonlight's burning. Почему мне кажется, что мы уже близки реально к финалу? Получается, за одно прохождение нельзя пройти все квесты, которые есть. Вот, типа... Но, в принципе, я рад тех компаньонов, которых я взял. Единственное, что Малковянка так и не появилась. Хотя, может быть, она сыграет свою роль. Потому что жаль. You fucker, you piece of shit! Stop! Prince, call off your lapdog. Langley, what is the meaning of this? Kill the bitch, Helen, but leave the fledgling to me. But after I deal with this shit stain, I'm gonna... So entertaining. Truly, it feels almost a shame to break up this spectacle, but alas. Thomas? Who the fuck is this joker? Ah yes, I don't think we met though. I did hear a lot about you, Mr. Talk. My name is Thomas Arthur, and Helen, if you'd be so kind to ask that your friend do not hurt our guest too much. Callian, don't kill him! I will not be denied, Helen. Not this time. You will do as I command. And she will do as I command her, Douglas, old boy. What? Like I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted. I feel like I need to break up this little spectacle. It's been going on for much too long. I think you're smart, Langley, you and your cliché. Figure out what there was something fishy going on your own, but you were always working with it, just a piece of the puzzle. Wasn't she, Marshal? What are you? What I'm talking about, yes, you are fledgling, you don't know. How could you? Only I knew. And your sire, of course. They are one who agreed to embrace you, after some negotiations. Походу, да, Вайт.
Another act going off script. At the very end, no matter, let him bring some amusement. Now this production is almost wrapped up. He'll reach his allies, he'll tell everyone about this. Then, even if he naively assume his knights aren't nominal now that he's into these sides, the show must go on the way or another. Don't hurt to encourage leaks and speculations. How could you, Marshal? I saved you! Langley. What happened to your self-esteem? You can't really think of the simple neonate could outplay you? Or maybe this obvious act is your way of groveling for mercy? Thomas, what? You thought that being an expert chess player would always be enough? Never realized that people at the top simply flip the chessboard or they punch you in the face whenever they don't like the game is going? But the thing is, you weren't even adept at playing the game you knew. Marshal? Just another pawn placed on the board by my associate. Thought they were your piece since you took them in, but who gave you that idea? This is cruel. We don't know what's going to happen. If only somebody would speak up for the poor child. They could be useful a tool for the Camarilla. Of course, was it not the words he heard, were they? No, you were already grasping for some opportunity to further your scheme. I put the bait out and you took it. Hook it, line and sinker. After that, I was only a matter of time before you started using Marshall as your errand boy. No one is quite as easy to track and motion as a naive fledgling who just learned the ropes. Was it you? What it is what you want, Thomas? What do I want? Oh boy, the answer is so simple but so hard to put in words. Unstable stability. Cutting-edge tales of the frills and intrigue that push it to the limit, and then returns you to the tried and tested status quo. Gently, infallibly. A system full of disgracefully moving parts with the simulate conflicts so convincingly that its users never feel a need to direct their energy towards upsetting the system. Achieving the eternal through the disposable, building this city that's like a ship of Theseus, constantly changing its parts, yet always maintaining the same purpose.
Блять, даже корабль Тесея, блять, приплел. Ебать ты, блять, дурак. Слишком умный. Ёбости, мудила.
Yet always maintaining the same purpose, serving the same goal at all times. A large-scale infrastructure that has something like an exhaust system for the spirit, something that has disappeared that existed around, instead concentrated in a single place. All that you're saying makes sense, the slightest bit of sense. Spoken like someone who never really had what it takes to make the big leagues. Goodbye, Sophie. Oh, Marshall, your career is moving at a breakneck pace, moving up and moving up and up. Let me congratulate you on your own promotion. What do you want from me? What's the rush? I was about to get to that. Then, feel free to leave us and take the Baron with you. Thomas, I don't think you should. Shush, you're just being jealous. Adelaine, escort the prince and dear old Douglas, please. Sure thing, darling. Дэвис. Знакомая фамилия. Congratulations, you won this little game. You set out on a suicide mission and successfully brought down the power-hungry wannabe tyrant. Even if it probably wasn't the way you imagined it. Now you're free to enjoy paradise again. Life after death, immortality, eternal youth. What they don't tell is you, of course. Living in paradise is inherently sinful, and not everyone can partake. But you have time to learn how to live with the sin, don't you? You know, New York taught me to believe in the fate. My own life began right here, and it began with an utter despair. My first instinct was to drown myself in books and keep reading them and reading until the literature gave me the piece of the wisdom I needed to go on. Personally, I find reading a silly hobby in retrospect. I always had a minuscule hope that the next sentence I read could finally breed me the salvation, but it never did. It only gave me a fuel for this elevated, righteous intellectual suffering. But the more I read, the easier it were for me to boil every paragraph down to a power relationship. The characters' influence over each other, the writers trying to impress the reader, etc. The strings everyone pulls start looking like a strand that weaved into the fabric of the fate, and once I saw its beauty, I got teary-eyed. My architect instinct kicked to the overdrive. I didn't have to submit to fate, all I had to do was cooperate with it and wait for my time to shine, give it my input whenever needed until it trusted me to do more. And it did. Fate led me to after this city. With my architect tools, I started quietly shaping the streets and corridors while Kaiser and his ilk shaped the information flow. And among many tools this process gave me, one of them was a way to reliably come up with a useful agent like you. The methods I used were crude at the time, but the route was there. All you had to do was follow it. Some people write rule books, passages that other play in city arteries. In the end, the effect is the same. Someone always follows. You know, I have grown fond of you. You did so well, even then that idiot Callian tipped the Inquisition off. You still got out. I like the kind of resourcefulness. I could use that kind of resourcefulness. So, take my blood, just enough so we can start on the right foot. As a sign of good fate, a sign that you are really to play in the big leagues, ready to behold the sights of prepared to you. What do you say, Marshall?
Я не выбрал ничего. Я хотел попробовать уронить его голову в землю достаточно сильно, чтобы она превратилась в месиво. Это нечестно. Я Брухан, я готов навести революцию в этом городе. Я пытался играть, пока меня обучали, но я уже готов не перейти в высшую лигу, а сделать новую высшую лигу. Вайт, вот это может позвучать как жалоба, но Венка в целом лучше организована, чем любая из наших ролевок. По одной простой причине. Все следуют тому пути, который был задуман изначально, и оно выглядит все красиво в конце. В целом, мне чем понравилась эта ВН-ка, тем, что для тех людей, которые очень мало знают или не знают вообще, она очень много вещей объясняет хорошо в деталях, именно хорошо объясняет. они неплохо построили мир. Типа ВН-ка мне сильно очень понравилось. И это мне дало некоторые идеи, вот честно говоря. Я долго думал за финал нашей катки, как он должен произойти. Вот после пятничного стрима, то есть вчерашнего, я наконец-то решил, что мой персонаж будет делать. Потому что я долго думал, какими путями идти и в какую задницу я влез. Но то, что эти мрази реально не дали мне даже выбрать... А эти игры связаны вообще или нет? Или это просто реклама? Не, в целом ВНК мне понравилось. Единственные две вещи, которые меня смущали. Первое, это то, что нет абсолютно никакого понятия, когда начнется что-либо и где прогрессия, где конец. То есть я изначально понимал, что я не смогу выполнить все квесты, я не смогу занять всех в свою команду, но я не увидел молковянки под конец, мне не дали в конце выбрать. То есть uncertainty, если вы сможете перевести это слово. То есть в этом есть некоторая проблема. Но в целом мне игра понравилась. Плюс, даже если есть какой-то переход персонажа, либо перенос говна, у меня это не сработает, потому что у меня Coteries в Гоге, а то в Стиме. Я прошел до конца ее линейки, когда она вроде бы как задиаблировала ту дуру вторую. И после этого она не появлялась. В этом проблема. То есть, когда меня увозила вторая инквизиция, пришли только Гангрелка и Носфератыч. То есть после этого эта дура мне даже не писала, не звонила, ничего. Но может быть, если бы я получил телефон раньше, чем закончил бы ее сюжетку, либо что-то еще, я не знаю. У меня она просто пропала из игры. Может быть, я сделал какие-то не те выборы, но... хз. В целом, Coteries мне понравились. Игры заставляют меня хотеть еще больше тыкать эти ролевки, но я понимаю, что это долго и трудно. Типа, вот есть тупое желание, типа, немного сооркестрейтить какую-то ролевку и саму в нее играть, но либо ты, блин, владелец оркестра, либо ты играешь. Вот эти вот две проблемы есть. Потому что, начиная с моей истории, то есть с моего начала, над которым долго боролись, нам осталось только финал отыграть, и история получилась интересной, да, со своими твистами и так дальше. Но я по дороге очень много потерял своего персонажа. Хорошо, что я смог вспомнить, что мой персонаж хотел изначально. Но это уже на посткредит сцен для ролевки. Эта игра пройдена. Как я понимаю, если выберу другой класс, ничего особо не поменяется. Только, может быть, какие-то взаимоотношения. Может быть, когда-то перепройду, просто посмотрев диалоги других персонажей, но это был Masquerade, Coteries в Нью-Йорке, и я все диалоги озвучил, блять, ртом.